All right, day 2 of this vlog thing. Back at Madjax, picking up some prints. I don't remember if I included it in my vlog from yesterday, but I locked myself out, and fortunately my mother-in-law was still awake pretty late at night. She was fortunately able to come and bring my keys so I could get out, but that was a fucking nightmare. About 15 minutes after she came, though, a nice old man from the local paper stopped by here and happened to let me in, so that was very fortunate. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. I'm a father, and I work full-time, and I have a bunch of other shit to do. I have not had a chance to shower yet, so I'm still wearing the same shirt from yesterday. And whatever, deal with it. It's insanely loud in here because the glow forge is going. It's got external ventilation. But just wanted to show these Monday tokens. I don't remember if I ended up showing them yesterday or not. Oh, fuck. So, Monday logo. Alright, while I'm here, figure I should print off some new blast markers and objective markers. I do this really simply. I have this file. I'll just cut over to that to show you. So I designed this template pretty quickly in Fusion 360, and it's just a super thin, flexible piece of filament. So if we look at the scale settings, this one's for 5 inches, so 127 millimeters, but it's only 0.2 millimeters thick. So it's gonna be very thin, very flexible. It's supposed to be able to really just plop on the table and be out of the way, and it takes no time to print, like sub 5 minutes. It's gonna take many times longer for the printer to do its startup bullshit than it will to actually print the template out. Then I have, pardon me, I have this other one that is for 3 inches, so 76.2. That's what it is. Same thickness, and these are just really handy to have a few of. I've misplaced mine, and the design lab has this fancy PETG that's translucent and orange, so I figure it's nice to have something nice and bright and very durable for this. So myself and the Monday boys are going to be getting together on Monday to play a couple games, and I want to get a bunch of these printed out to have for people and include it with the store kit. Just have a box of like miscellaneous terrain and useful items to help people out. So I'm gonna toss those in there too. That way people have templates if they don't have them on them. I didn't want anyone else to suffer the same dumbass fate I did last night, so yeah. Alright, so I printed off a bunch of these. I ended up going with 0.4 millimeters on the smaller ones because 0.2 just felt a little too flimsy with how thin these splines are. Not splines, spokes, that's the word. For the large templates, it's fine though, because there's enough material here to actually hold it together. But yeah, super and like insanely thin. Very nice. These ones obviously thicker, still very thin, very flexible, so you don't have to worry about them breaking. They can fit in awkward spots on whatever terrain you're playing on. Just great stuff overall. I believe also this inner circle should be an inch-ish, maybe a little bit bigger. It was made forever ago so that when you have a blast template, you can put it right over top of the mini, and you'll know exactly where the center is. So obviously these ones are scaled up versions, so it's not the same, but similar. All right, we're back home. I thought I'd show my garage studio nightmare. It's a constant mess. I'm really working on trying to get this organized and get like some of the chaos tamed. But when you have so little time, it's really hard to want to dedicate that to cleaning. So it typically gets saved for larger chunks of time. Anyway, no one cares about that. Here we got my airbrush booth with a bunch of ovals that I have recast, oval graves that I've recast for my Necropolis board. We'll be getting a preview of that. I've been keeping that one pretty under wraps for the event at the end of September in Lansing, Michigan. Anyone that's going to that, if you don't want spoilers, then don't look. But I have the ventilation back here on a smart plug, so I can just open up an app on my phone, turn it on, and it'll click on ventilation, and then I got that going for me. Over here I have my own bamboo A1. This thing, for whatever reason, just wants to fuck up on me constantly. No idea what's going on, so that's why I've been using the printers over at Madjax. This central table was ideally going to be my original workbench, but I really wanted some more shelving, so then I built the one behind me now. I have this KiwiCo printing press kit that I'm going to eventually put together, so that way I can do some block prints at home. Over here, we got the bulk of it. Giant bits bin, but that's not even like, it's hardly anything compared to what Warhammer shit I got. I recently got this organizer right here. I am slowly trying to figure out what I want to actually put in it, and then these double stacked ones came from my desk that I just don't use, so I'm gonna find something to put in there. I have no idea what the fuck these speakers are or if they're good. I found them for free at Madjax. Someone just left them in the free pile, so I figured I'd take them for out here. I forgot to mention over here, I have this plastic card tube holder that I designed. If you want the STL for that, I guess just let me know and I'll post it somewhere. This was the original backside of it, but I didn't like how narrow it was. And then this side just holds all of the different plastic card sheets I have. I realize I'm taking a lot of deep breaths. Really subconscious about this shit, whatever. You probably could just use like a paper organizer, and that does like exactly everything that does, but whatever. Moving on, I have a couple different organizers that look cool as hell that I have yet to clean out and use. I got them at my local Habitat for Humanity restore. That place is like my favorite thrifting place of all time. They have a lot of crazy deals if you can find it. And it all goes to a good cause, so that's nice. The current mess right now is a bunch of recasting stuff. So I have some silicone molds that I've made using Smooth On Mold Star. What is this? Mold Star 16 Fast. So it'll harden in about 30 minutes. What I have been doing recently with these molds is so I'll mold out one of these initial profiles. This one is 3D print from a 3D print. This lady is just from a statue. So down here I have one of these bins. I have just some different items that I've used for recasting, like parts of them. Initially with an Oyumaru mold. That's the original Oyumaru mold that I did for these. Anyway, so I will cast an initial form. And this one I put some like texture in it with sand and stuff to make it look eroded. And then I will, sorry for the lighting getting funky, I will assemble part of it into the mold to create these really funky shapes. I just recently started doing this, but here's one of them. So I have that base face, and then I stuck like another face in there. Really trying to be like avant-garde with it. I don't know. I don't ever know, man. I just do shit and hope it looks cool. If these look familiar, these are whatever bases are called that come with Necromunda gangs. I found that I wanted stuff for Ash Wastes, but I wanted it to still kind of tie back. So I just recast these with this silicone and just a little plastic packaging. And I use ceramic resin, and this stuff will break pretty easily into these small parts. And then I just use these small parts on bases for things that I want to be like ash wasty or just like different parts of the underhive. So here's something I made yesterday after I said I was going to bed, and then I did not. This is a frag trap for my Enforcers gang with some epic basing pipes and a couple of those recast bits. So all those big gaps will get filled with texture paste, and there'll be some more texture paste build up elsewhere on there, and then it'll just look nice and grimy and like it fits. Here's another one. This one sucks. You can't tell that it's a frag trap at all. You just see some random bits. Like this is just not a good trap. So I'm gonna end up remaking that once I get some more epic basing stuff from one of my homies in my Necromunda group. What else is there? We got a lot of different plasticky bits. This was organized, and then I had to find something in a hurry not too long ago. The rough organization is this. In the back is the cardboard stuff. This right here is plastic stuff. These are explicitly like plastic round shapes and like containers. This one is various shapes for construction materials. So grading, corrugated card, that sort of thing. Over here is my molding and casting stuff, and then also some 3D printed parts that I didn't use for that project. I just ended up like abandoning that project for something else. Anyone curious, this is the thing I use to cast these bases. Well, all of these things. It's mixed to mold ceramic resin. I originally found it at Hobby Lobby on like an insane discount, like 70% off. Both of the other craft stores in my town closed within like 8 months of each other. So I unfortunately have to shop at Hobby Lobby, but that is available at Michael's now. I would recommend just going there when they have like a 40% off full price coupon. And I think this was $20 or something like that for 5.5 pounds of this resin. Plus you get a good container afterwards. It is really great for casting. What I like about it, one, it is, you can dye it very easily. I use this, concrete and mortar color I got from Menards. I think it was something like $10 for this giant tub, and you just put like a little like tip of your mixing tool in there, and you can dye it a darker color, so if it breaks open, you know, there's no issues. But this stuff sets in an hour or less after you mixed it, and it's like 90% hard at that point. I cast these not even that long ago, maybe 5 minutes before I started this video. And as you can see, well, now you can see that it's already solid. So this might fuck it up when it comes out, but that's fine. So now we got these like really wild, unique face pieces. This one is hopefully going to be like a full circle. And like the more fucked up it is like, that's good. That's what we want. Like this very corrupted looking series of faces. Let's see how this guy turned out. Oh yeah. Just some real crazy looking shit. Cool. I've only made like a handful of molds in my time, mold making, so that having these come out nice is pretty great. This is the mold that I use for the oval graves. I found a file for 3D printable mold boxes, reusable mold boxes, and just filled this up with hot glued the models or the oval graves down and did that. I have a resin printer and it does not work because frozen printers fucking suck. Everyone that says anything else is a goddamn liar. Gage knows my plight. It is a nightmare working with them, and their support is dog shit. So this is going to a friend in the Necromunda group for their printer. I was inspired by Trent's organization of his Warhammer stuff. So all of these totes right here are all Warhammer sprue. I got these at the Dollar Tree post price hike. So I mean they're like $1.50 or whatever each. And they fit sprues perfectly. Or they fit these runners perfectly. Right in here. It's way better organized. They have handles. I definitely recommend you hold it. If you buy some of these, hold it by the handles when you're carrying it, because this part folds out. You're going to want to hold it like this with pressure. This is going to pop in, and then you're going to drop it, and you're going to be really pissed off like I was. So I don't recommend that. Yep, it just happened right here. I'm trying to put it back. So definitely recommend holding it by those handles. Ooh, boy. More 3D printed parts. These are going to get used at some point. Stopped 3D printing a lot of parts because I just have a lot of shit for projects that's not been finished. Foam offcuts that are worth saving. Random pile of plastic stuff. Up here, this is the yet to be finished Bretonian Times for Necromunda. Back here is a lot of storage for stuff that needs organized, and some yet to be finished ash waste tiles in the back. I'm really happy with how those were coming, but I was just kind of burnt out on the ash waste stuff because vehicle rules in Necromunda suck. So I instead have spent my time rewriting those rules. Now, moving down here, more random crap that needs organized. And finally, what I mentioned before, this is the start of my, well, it's not start. It's the midpoint process of building my Necropolis 28 board. I originally wanted this to be a little bit more, have terrain pieces that were a little bit more big and statement making. If you're familiar with the Nemo boards from this year, big like subconscious inspiration was the one with the giant like decomposing lady god thing, and that's originally what I had planned, but this is only the second board I've ever made, and what I found is that like you really shouldn't have that much of a plan when building a board, because you're going to start making adjustments and measurements and think about how that affects gameplay, and it's just going to change almost immediately. So it's much better to have like a rough idea, maybe like a mood board or like a couple themes that you want to highlight. So I wanted this originally to be set in a graveyard, and then it morphs to like this shrine type thing, and it's kind of just like changed to where it is now. Trying to be this like not Escher inspired or Dali inspired, but a very surrealistic expression with these pieces of foam are not final in their shape. Like they ideally look differently. I really wanted to combine a lot of hard geometric shapes with natural features. So there will probably be some spots that are just geometric shapes. And then the big feature was this heart in the middle. I'm going to have a small resin pour for it. Probably just UV resin with some alcohol ink to create like this side will look almost like an aqueduct, and then this side is like going to be more of like a pool. And I said this is for Necropolis 28. It's for Necropolis 28 and also for the Idols of Torment competition that Black Magic Craft is hosting. So I'm going to have the lost models coming out of these like blood pools as like tortured souls or something. I don't know. But I really want it. A lot of the expression in this piece is going to come through the paint job. I have some plans for that. I may show it, I may not. We'll see when the time comes. But I just need to go to the art supply store to pick up a couple things to do some interesting stuff. I really want to try using some interesting textures and techniques on this piece and kind of go from there. So this big segment of me yapping has made this much longer than I anticipated originally. But if you have like talked to me about miniature painting, then you know that I'm a pretty big fan of using watercolors. So I really want to try using watercolors on a terrain piece. That's going to be a big focus on this board, and seeing how I can push that as a medium with terrain. So I'm going to be picking up some products to help with that. But I think that's going to be it for this vlog. Way longer than yesterday's. I'm finding that before I started this project, I thought it was going to be very hard to fill 8 minutes. And then I start talking and I don't shut the fuck up. So you're just going to get me yapping. Tomorrow I will show off some of my Necromunda current projects. Do I want to show it? I'm going to show it. Hold on. Alright, this is another preview. This is an Adepticon preview. Hugely inspired by Blurs the Blackfish, Aish Felish. I don't know if that's actually pronounced it. How you pronounce it. Anyway, Blurs Craft on YouTube. He's the GOAT. He has some insane terrain projects. I saw his Brothers of Prometheum oil rig, and I knew I wanted to do something like that for my Necromunda rules rewrite called Octane. And then Octane will also be a free campaign game on its own, very rules light, very Brothers of Prometheum, Mad Max inspired. But this will be both a playable Necromunda / Octane board and a vehicle. So we zoom out here. This is just the base. This is a miniature for scale. That is just a 28mm trader guard. So when this is finished, it's probably going to be 2 to 3 feet tall on this platform, and probably 2.5 feet tall on this platform. And the thought process is that this is going to be a towing rig plus the actual mining derrick. I think that's the appropriate term. And then this is the refining platform and where they store all of it. So this is a big Paw Patrol ship that I found at Goodwill, and I like immediately just had to buy it. I knew it would turn out to an insane like terrain project. And these giant ass treads are from this like 3-foot tall robot thing I found at Goodwill too. And these bad boys are from a T-Rex Tonka toy, also found at Goodwill. Yeah, so this is going to be a giant playable platform that I will be able to use as a Necromunda board. And these two will be able to link and de-link. So that'll have a special rule when you're playing Necromunda and Octane. But I want terrain that you can drive up onto and have a very dynamic battle on. So I have these pieces of insulation foam with some Necromunda tiles 3D printed on and glued on. So these will act as like the base, and it's going to be laid out some way that I find aesthetically pleasing. All right, I'm actually done yapping this time. I'm going to go shower, and I will be wearing a different shirt in the next video. I can guarantee that. Do not like this video. Don't like it. Don't do it. It's not reverse psychology. I just don't care. This is not about getting views or trying to like hop on a bandwagon. While it did happen at the same time as other people vlogging, this is about sharing my hobby. And the people that want to join will find it. The people that don't, they won't. And they'll miss out for it. But you don't need to like it. You don't need to comment or subscribe. If you want to, do it. And I'll respond to stuff, I guess. But you can also find me on Instagram at hud.exe, HUDD.exe. I don't use Twitter anymore. Haven't for a while. Do not follow me on Twitter. I will not post anything there, and you'll not find me. I have a Blue Sky account, but I don't post there. I'm not really on social media except for Instagram. I will share some stuff occasionally and watch some reels, but I don't have time or care about social media. So if you want to interact with me, in Recipe Trust is probably the best way to do so, or on Discord. Discord is the only thing that I check regularly. Join a Recipe Trust. Everyone there is fucking awesome. Honestly, cannot say enough positive things about everyone there in the hobby. I have never felt so welcome in a space that I really just got involved in. I mean, within this year. So thanks to the Hivescom boys and Matt, TNP, Trent, Black Magic Craft, Adam Smasher, Tabletop Minions. There's a lot of folks in there. I can't say thank you to everyone personally, but okay, I love you guys. Bye-bye.